Hi, in this lab, we are going to use a VMware Aria orchestration to set the custom host name. And what is VMware Orchestrator? It is a software which gives capability to further customize and automate the environment. In the orchestrator, you can see the workflows and actions configured. So you can make use of these workflows in creating the scripts which could able to customize your environment. In this lab, we will try to set the host name to the resource and click on Cloud Assembly. We'll create a new template, new blueprint. We'll provide the name set custom host name. Select the project. Great. Now in here, we'll copy the YAML code. So what exactly is this code is doing? We are going to deploy a one machine and one network to which this particular machine is connected. But the important point to note in here is the properties. So we have created a custom property named machine name custom property, and we are providing an input from the user, and the variable name is for the input is machine name. So this is a YAML and blueprint which we have created. Now we'll copy this blueprint ID. It is the entire number after 2f. So basically we are going to use this blueprint to specify that we are going to automate this blueprint only for workflow. That's why we will keep it safe at one notepad. Now once blueprint is ready, it is created, go in orchestrator, go in workflows. There are certain workflows which were already created by the VMware and we can use them, but in our case we'll create the new one. Specify set custom host name, click on input/output. So we are going to accept the input properties. So these input properties are basically these properties which we are going to accept. Custom one which we have specified here, and we want to use that one. So what is type? Properties. These properties will create, and output will specify. It will be resource names. It will be the array of strings which will be passed on. We are going to accept the input from the user passed on to this property. After this property, this is passed on in here where we'll script, will perform the operation and will give the net output to this particular resource name variable. So let's script it what we are expected from this particular workflow. In here, give this scriptable task custom host name, inputs specify input properties. In outputs, specify those names. Go in script. In here, we'll copy this script. What exactly it is doing from input properties, it is getting the resource names, consoling out that information. From that resource name, it is picking up the custom properties, and from custom properties, it is picking up the custom host name which we have specified and fetch that value in here. So we'll copy paste this one, copy. So this is a script, custom host. Then this is the action element. So action element will help me to see the output in the VRO when once this action is performed. Name. We'll use from properties. This is a script which is already written by the VMware. We can go in action scripts and see so what exactly it is doing. They wrote down a function which is accepting a properties and indent, and after that what it is doing in here, it is consoling out all that information, like what we are retrieving, we're going to dump it on the screen so that we can understand the output. And in here we can see the module which is getting used. So we'll validate this workflow. Validation is successful. We'll save. Once this is done, all the script is in place and workflow is created, then we'll go in cloud assembly. We'll go in integrations, and in here in integrations we can see it is integrated to VRO. We'll open this and start the data collection, which will fetch the workflow which we have created. So the process is going on and it's completed. So now we go in extensibility. So we'll go in subscriptions. We'll click on new subscription. We'll give a name, set custom host name. Then we'll select the topic when it should be triggered. When compute gets allocated at that time, we'll give a conditional. So event is happening for that particular blueprint. So we'll give a name, data dot this ID is equal to the number which we have copied, this one. And which workflow should get triggered, runnability type workflow. And in here we'll say set host custom hostname. This is the one which we have created. We'll select and we'll enable this and save it. So subscription has been created. So this is kind of telling when the event should get triggered. Whenever the compute start get allocated for this particular blueprint, then it should trigger this workflow. Now, since we have done the groundwork, we'll go ahead and configure the deployment and validate. We'll create the host name test1a. We'll give current draft host test1a. We'll deploy. Ideally, if we look into this is deployed in Fin project. So in Fin project, ideally the host name should be, the resource name should be something like this: VM VMW hyphen fin hyphen some numbers. But in our scenario, since we are picking up the value from the user's input in a property in this design, and then further taking that property to the workflow and passing that property name to the resource name, the resource name should be the host name. So let's go over here and check the deployment. It got failed. We'll save this one, and then now again we'll try to deploy. Test 1D, test 1D, and deploy. Seems like the provisioning is going on, so we'll check go in this one, and in here we can see the resource name is something test1 id instead of having the name something like vmw fin hyphen some numbers. And in extensibility we can review the workflow run. This earlier three runs which got failed because of the variable name, and in new one it got cleared, and we can see the dump properties script for action has been triggered, and which has generated this output. It shows that the property CentOS image has been selected, and in here we can see the complete input, the custom property which user has provided, and here we can see who has performed this action. So likewise, this extensibility feature gave a much more control to do much more automation. Thank you.